Assalamualaikum all of you. Here psychologist Aniba Sarwar. So today we have a topic about interference of gender and culture. Firstly, we describe about something about cultures. Culture is the whole complex of distinctive spiritual, merit, material, intellectual, and emotional features that characterize a society or a social group. It includes not only arts and letters, but also moods of life, fundamental rights of the human being, and value system, traditions, and beliefs. Culture are the whole complex, descriptive, spiritual, something about spiritual, material, intellectual, emotional features which are connected to our life, our society, our social groups. Culture is not only the art of letters, it all also about the life moves like fundamental rights, human being rights, values, symptoms, system of traditions, beliefs, values, customs. हमारे जितनी भी चीजें हैं जो भी हमारी लाइफ में हम अपने कल्चर के साथ जोड़ते हैं वो सब चीजें कल्चर कहलाती है सम बिलीव सम सस्पिशियसनेसेस सम सुपरस्टिशियस सब हम अपने कल्चर से कनेक्ट करते हैं Culture are the product of people with who interact, how interact the place, politics, history, and respond to people changing reality. मतलब पीपल्स जो हैं वो चेंजिंग रियलिटी से कैसे कनेक्ट करते हैं कैसे रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं वो प्रोडक्ट्स के हमें कैसे लोगों के साथ कनेक्ट करना है कैसे हमें इंटरेक्ट करना है कैसे कौन सी प्लेस पर किस तरह पॉलिटिक्स में हिस्सा लेना है हिस्ट्री में कैसा हिस्सा लेना है ये सब चीजें हमें कल्चर सिखाती है कल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशंस कैन एनेबल और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट oppress and liberate and empower and disempower. Now, cultures have to survive. Cultures are the characterized ongoing values, judgments, reinforcement, some reinforce of culture norms. Some people at some times and resist challenges, education, equip people to make choice, take action on them. Resilience and adaptations are all these things are the survival of our culture change. People who are influenced by the cultural environment have built their cultures around them, changing them as they resist and reinforcing about the recreating of confirmed basic socially gendered and cultural change bridge 2002. It's a theory of bridge 2002 that people who are influenced by the cultural environments they are build a culture and resist reinforcing and recreating conforms. The dynamic of gender, the dynamic of gender. Gender is the families or communities that dynamic within the culture determine men and women. Men and women are the main part of our society, our culture. As a human being, both have a sometimes similar activities or similar rights. Sometimes they don't have a similar rights. Some places they don't have a similar rights. In different cultures, genders have a similar rights. They if a man is working in a office, the women are also working in a office. In some countries, females are not getting their rights accurately. So men and women are expected to have a certain characteristics, attitude, and behavior. We are born into environment there's gender role exists. Too much gender roles are existed. On that place, I'm saying कि जेंडर रोल जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा पाया जाता है जैसे कल्चर्स में हम रहते हैं culture and gender interact. Culture is a dynamic. Culture survive by the respondent changing in realities, and gender role are also a dynamic. Both have a dynamic roles. They do and do they can and do change. तो बदल सकते हैं और चेंज कर सकते हैं. Evolving gender role are integral to the continuing evolution that each culture undergoes to survive. In each culture, gender play an integral role to survival. Gender change, why it is resisted? Some of the countries have this question about why gender change is resisted. Gender change को resist क्यों किया जाता है? Some countries में जो है वो जेंडर को चेंज करने पर कोई भी जो है वो रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं लगाई जाती, लेकिन जैसे कि जिन कल्चर्स में हम रहते हैं यहाँ पर जेंडर चेंज के ऊपर जो है वो रेजिस्टेंट लगाई हुई है. जेंडर रोल शेप डेली लाइफ. जेंडर जो है वो डेली लाइफ में एक रोल प्ले करता है. जेंडर चेंज कैन इफेक्ट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल्स, इफेक्ट देयर लाइव्स, इफेक्ट देयर एवरीथिंग, लाइफ मूड्स, सुपर जो है कल्चर्स, और साथ में everything. Gender change waves through the has impact on a power of class, caste, race, religion, etc. Gender change जो है वो impact create करती है on our class, caste, race, religion, and etc. And comfort zone created by the individuals or group identity may be threatened. Culture have power to structure that favor of status quo, build a gender bias. Further, gender progress despite resistance. Some individuals have the vision that stands courage to stop comforting to something outside stereotypes roles of men and women in their local environment. They think that can mobilize allies in their own environment. Some of the catalysts for major movements in the tradition of Gandhi wove homespun clothes and encouraged all women and men in the India to do so. He encouraged men and women to take part in public campaigns of peaceful and non-cooperation against oppressions. These were major changes to existing gender roles. These are the some history points of gender progress despite. In this, Gandhi, the Indian Hindu politician, removed their clothes for some non-cooperation major operation, and he encouraged the men and women to do so. Some individuals have the vision and strength. Gender change can be place specific. Reinterpreting Parada lets Bangladeshi women work in garment factories. People stop food binding in China. The first woman become bus driver in Papua New Guinea. These are the role change in the some countries के जो है वो रेइंटरप्रेटिंग फॉरवर्ड्स बांग्लादेशी वुमेन्स जो है वो गारमेंट फैक्ट्रीज में वर्क करना स्टार्ट कर दिया. जो चाइना से उन्होंने फूड बाइंडिंग के लिए जो है वो वुमेन्स को रखना स्टार्ट कर दिया. फूड बाइंडिंग इन चाइना जो है वो रोक दी गई, और उसके बाद जो है वो फर्स्ट वुमेन जो है वो पापुआ न्यू गिनिया में जो है उसने बस ड्राइव की. There are examples of country-specific references. Examples should be researched for the specific country in questions. Gender can be global, change global. More men are taking on domestic and child care responsibility. More women are taking on public and leadership roles. Women can also play a role as a role of a public speaker, public leadership roles, leading role in different offices, in different cities, in different places. And men also can help the women in the child care responsibilities and the house care responsibilities and domestic type of works. change gives option. Trigger of culture change bring gender change. Without gender analysis, right and well-being, disadvantages of sex or disadvantages of subgroup of males and females can be neglected. Gender disparities can be dependent. Action based on gender analysis can create opening to help the disadvantaged. This can bring more gender equality within diversity. It can be your option to have to change your gender or become a male or female. This is the disadvantages sometimes. It can be neglected by some places. Culture, gender are impacted by. Culture and gender also create impact on our globalization, over ICT, over new technologies, change in the labor market or economy, environmental changes, armed and political conflicts, and development of projects. That's all. Thank you so much.